everyone! As you've probably guessed from the title, today I will be bringing you my Final Bibliothon TBR. It hurts saying it out loud. I digress. The biannual Bibliothon is sadly coming to a close, and this will be the last one. This was the first ever readathon that I joined when I joined BookTube. I've become good friends with the hosts. I've met so many wonderful people through the readathon, and I've connected with so many other people through Twitter and commenting on videos and watching other creators with the video challenges and just finding a whole heap of new people. And I'm sad to see it go, but I fully understand why. But having said that, this Final Bibliothon is going from July the 11th to July the 19th, with the live show for the group book on the 20th. All information, links to channels, Twitter information will be in the information box down below. There are reading challenges and you can double up on those challenges. You can double up once, but not again. So you can use one prompt, you can use 2 prompts with one book, but you can't use 3 prompts and 1 book. Hopefully that made sense. It's late here, guys. With all that being said, let's just jump into what I will be reading for the Final Bibliothon. The first challenge is read the group book, which is Aurora Rising by Amie Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This has been sat on my shelf since I got it, obviously. But I haven't picked it up yet. Perfect time, and then obviously I get to discuss this amazing, well, I don't even know if it's going to be an amazing book yet, but Jay Kristoff is one of my favourite authors, and I've really loved Amie Kaufman and Jay Kristoff's Illuminae series, so I'm excited to get into it and talk about it with everyone who's going to be joining in for their live show. Let's read the blurb, shall we? The year is 2380, and the graduating cadets of Aurora Academy are being assigned their first missions. Star pupil Tyler Jones is ready to recruit the squad of his dreams, but his own bonehead heroism sees him stuck with the dregs nobody else in the academy would touch. A cocky diplomat with a black belt in sarcasm. Hey, it's me! A sociopath scientist with a fondness for shooting her bunkmates. Also me. A smart-ass tech whiz with the galaxy's biggest chip on his shoulder. Kinda. An alien warrior with anger management issues. Definitely. A tomboy pilot who's totally not into her squad leader, in case you were wondering. And Ty's squad isn't even his biggest problem. That'd be Aurora Jinli O'Malley, the girl he's just rescued from interdimensional space. Trapped in cryosleep for 2 centuries, Ori is a girl out of time and out of her depth. But she could be the catalyst that starts a war millions of years in the making, and Tyler's squad of losers, discipline cases, and misfits might just be the last hope for the entire galaxy. Nobody panic! It sounds fun, kind of predictable with the underdogs, obviously, probably coming to save the day, but I'm excited to get to this and read it with all you beautiful people and everyone else who's going to be joining in with the live show. The next prompt is to read an adult book. For this, I'm guessing it's anything that is not classed as YA. I have chosen a book that I wanted to get to for the Smuttathon, but I didn't, and that is The King of Bourbon Street by Thea DeSalle. I don't have a synopsis for this because it's on my Kindle, and I haven't brought my Kindle in filming, and I can't be asked going and finding it because it probably won't be charged. So yeah. Apologies for that. It looks steamy. I've heard people give it good reviews, so fingers crossed I enjoy it too. The next challenge is to read a graphic novel. I have been meaning to pick this up for years. When I say years, I mean years. At least 5 that YouTube knows about. But anyway, I have chosen Prelude and Nocturnes, the first novel in the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman. Yes, this is even the old art cover because it's been so long. The original art covers. But yeah, I've been meaning to get to this for absolutely ages. It's Chris's graphic novel series. We all know that Chris has to pick something on my TBR. He didn't actually pick this one, but I like Neil Gaiman. He's had this lying around. It's a perfect time for me actually to sit down and fucking read it. And the art style's pretty funky too. So, let's get to the blurb of this one. Preludes and Nocturnes introduces the reader to a dark and enchanting world of dreams and nightmares, the home of the Sandman, master of dreams, and his kin, the Endless. The first collection of Neil Gaiman's multi-award-winning titles introduces key themes and characters combining myth, magic, and black humour. I'm in. I'm all in. So, yes, it's gonna happen. Finally. The next challenge is to read a book based on its cover. The one I've chosen was kind of a cover buy for Chris because he bought me this book for Christmas about 2-3 years ago and I still haven't read it yet. You sensing a theme here, people? It was a cover buy for him. It does look interesting. So I have chosen A Natural History of Dragons, A Memoir of Lady Trent by Marie Brennan. Again, no sweet FA about this. It does have artwork in it. There's another one. Literally, can't get to the picture of the dragons. No, can't find a picture of the dragons that are in here. Come on. Give me a dragon. Dragon. Okay, there's one. So, let's read you the blurb on this bad boy. You, dear reader, continue at your own risk. It is not for the faint of heart, no more than a study of dragons itself. Dun dun dun. Probably gonna butcher this pronunciation, but let's just go with it. From Skurland to the farthest reaches of Riga, Lady Trent is known to be the world's preeminent dragon naturalist, who brought the study of dragons into the clear light of modern science. But before she became the illustrious figure we now know, there was a bookish young woman whose passion for learning defied the stifling conventions of her day. Here at last, in her own words, is the true story of a pioneering spirit who risked her reputation, her prospects, and her fragile flesh to satisfy her scientific curiosity. Of how she sought true love and happiness despite her lamentable eccentricities, and of the thrilling expedition to perilous mountains of Vidistrana. Yep, definitely said that wrong. Where she made the first of many historic discoveries that would change the world forever. I don't know. I've chosen to read it, so I will be reading this. I haven't heard many people talk about it. I have seen some fair to good reviews on Goodreads. By that I mean just the star rating, but yeah, we'll give it a go. So this one is for the cover buy because, you know, it looks cool. The next challenge is read a wildcard or a free choice. So this is basically read any book you wish. Now, I have two for this. One, because I got it from Audible ages ago and I just really want to read it, and that is The Weight of Feathers by Amie something. I don't have the synopsis for this because obviously it's an audiobook. But yeah, that one, or Red, White and Royal Blue by Kassie McQuiston. Yeah, McQuiston. Obviously, this has been doing the rounds on LeBookTube for a while now. A lot of people seem to love this. The premise does sound funky, but I will definitely be telling you whether it's worth the hype or not. So, on with the synopsis. What happens when America's first son falls in love with the Prince of Wales? When his mother became President of the United States, Alex Claremont Diaz was promptly cast as the American equivalent of a young royal. Handsome, charismatic, genius. His image is pure millennial marketing gold for the White House. There's only one problem. Alex has a beef with the actual prince, Henry, across the pond. And when the tabloids get hold of a photo involving an Alex/Henry altercation, US/British relations take a turn for the worst. Heads of family and state and other handlers devise a plan for damage control. Stage a truce between the two rivals. What first began as fake, Instagrammable friendship grows deeper and more dangerous than either Alex or Henry could have imagined. Soon, Alex finds himself hurtling into a secret romance with a surprisingly unstuffy Henry that could derail the presidential campaign and upend two nations. It raises the question, can love save the world after all? Where do we find the courage and the power to be the people we are meant to be, and how can we learn to let our true colours shine through? I'll be interested to know how the English side of it is written, because obviously I am English. It might not sound like it at times because my accent is all over the place, but yes, I am British. I do live in England. Have done all my life. Because I have heard so many good things, I am excited to get into this one, but we shall see whether I pick this one up all the way to feathers, or if I'm doing really well that week, I may even read both. The next challenge is to read from an author you have never read from before. I'm doubling up with this challenge. I could use Marie Brennan from The Natural History of Dragons. I could use Thea DeSalle from The King of Bourbon Street. I could use Kassie McQuiston from Red, White and Royal Blue. So yes, I will be reading from several authors that I've never read from before, and that's that challenge ticked off. The next challenge is to read a predicted 5-star read. This will be absolutely no shock to anyone if you have been on this channel for a while, or even are looking at the shelves behind me, that this is what I chose for a possible 5-star read. That would be Ghosts of the Shadow Market, a Shadowhunters novel by Cassie Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link and Robert Wasserman to name but a few. I am so excited for this. This is a collection of stories. I will read you the blurb. This blurb could possibly have spoilers in if you haven't read the Shadowhunters books, so I will put something a little funky up here. Haven't decided what it is, probably an angelic rune or something, and once that angelic rune has gone off, then I have stopped reading the blurb. I can unmute the video, fast forward it to when we don't have the rune on the screen, whichever. Or you could just be ballsy and go, I'm not going to read them, I don't care, and just listen to the blurb anyway. Those are your options. Let's get into it. What? Sorry, at the top of the book it says The New Queen of Fantasy. By the Wall Street Journal, and I'm like, bitch, where you been? I'm sorry, no. Anyway, to the blurb. The Shadow Market is a meeting point for fairies, werewolves, warlocks and vampires. There is no place for shadow hunters, but through 2 centuries a silent brother has visited. Brother Zachariah was once a shadow hunter called Jem Carstairs, and his love, then and always, the warlock Tessa Gray. Now he is searching for a relic from his past. Follow Jem and see, against the backdrop of the market's dark dealings, Anna Lightwood's doomed romance, Matthew Fairchild's great sin, and Tessa Gray as she is plunged into a world war. Valentine Morgenstern buys a soul and young Jace Whalen finds safety. In the market is hidden a lost heir and beloved ghost, but no one can save you once you have traded away your heart. Not even Brother Zachariah. Oh, I am so excited. I am so excited. I am so excited. If I could actually be in a relationship with any fictional character, Jem Carstairs is my main man, you know? yeah, that's that. I'm excited to read it. It's a predicted 5-star read, so good times for me. I'm gonna have fun. I don't care what anybody else thinks. The next challenge is to read a book you were really excited for but never actually got around to reading. I'm going to combine this with the final challenge, which is to read one of the host's 5-star reads. So I will go down the list and then you guys could choose what you wanted to read for this challenge, or you can guess which one I'm gonna pick. Emma's choice is Sigh. Brittany's choice is A Gentleman's Guide of Vice and Virtue. Momo's choice is The Truth About Keeping Secrets. Red's choice is Daisy Jones and the Six. Kaz is Codename Verity. Kassie is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Kelly's is Every Hat a Doorway. Selena is Twilight. Sierra is The Darkest Minds, and Dylan's choice is Girl on the Verge. So, do you think you've guessed which one it is? I'll put you out of your misery. I have chosen The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I've seen the movie a couple of times, but I've never actually read the book. Obviously, I'm very late to the game on this, and I did want the new cover that was all blue and funky, but this one's pretty cool too, because if you haven't seen any of my bullet journal videos, I do like calligraphy and typeface and stuff. I like this, and it carries on the back. If you don't know anything about this, I'm going to read you the blurb right now, so settle in. I walk around the school hallways and look at the people. I look at the teachers and wonder why they're here. Not in a mean way, in a curious way. And like looking at all the students and wondering who's had their heart broken that day, or wondering who did the heartbreaking and wondering why. Charlie is a freshman, and while he's not the biggest geek in school, he is by no means popular. Shy, introspective, intelligent beyond his years, yet socially awkward. He is a wallflower, caught between trying to live his life and trying to run from it. Charlie is attempting to navigate his way through uncharted territory, the world of first dates and mixtapes, family dramas and new friends, the world of sex, drugs, and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. When all one requires is that perfect song, on that perfect drive to feel infinite. But Charlie can't stay on the sidelines forever. Standing on the fringes of life offers a unique perspective. But there comes a time to see what it looks like from the dance floor. Perks of Being a Wallflower is a deeply affecting coming-of-age story that will spirit you back to those wild and poignant rollercoaster days known as growing up. If the movie's anything to go by, I know this is gonna hit me in the feels, but yeah, I'm excited to actually read it. So those are all the books that I will be reading for the Final Bibliothon. Like I said, all information is in the information box down below. If you like this video, give it a thumb. There we go. Found one that works. Yeah, I guess that's it. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye!